Jay, congratulations on what is truly one of the biggest turnarounds I can remember recently. You guys have won 6 of 7. You've won 5 in a row. You blasted Emerald in the first round of the playoffs last week, 38-6. First, a general question. What happened that just turned the switch on for your guys?
I don't know. We kind of break it up into 3 seasons. You got the preseason, which is kind of the games that you play before the region. Then you got the region, and then you got the playoffs. And our guys just kind of really turned it on during the region. And, we were getting a little better all year long. I mean, we played well against Westwood and Spring Valley and some teams. And, thought we should have had a chance to beat those guys. But I think our guys just been resilient. We've stayed pretty healthy and just continued to work hard.
I know you've got a strong running attack. You've got 2 kids, Dre Davis and Barry Moore. Davis is, I think, over 1,200. Moore is almost at 1,000. Talk a little bit about those guys.
Just outstanding backs. We didn't know we could expect that out of them this year. Those guys have done a great job. It's kind of a 1-2 punch. And then, of course, Aloysius Jackson, our quarterbacks, had a bunch of yards as well. And I can't say enough about our offensive line, and our offensive coaches have put in a great scheme there as well.
Defensively, obviously everybody knows about T.J. Brunson, but you have another linebacker, junior Tim Gibson, that you said has just been outstanding.
Yeah, Tim's had a great year, and a lot of those guys have. We're real excited about the defense. The defensive line's real young, and those guys had to grow up really fast. We lost one of our defensive linemen early transferred, and these guys have really stepped up. We've had a couple of guys that moved in that really helped. And, the secondary has been pretty solid as well.
I know TJ was banged up about the first half of the season a little bit, but he's been good to go during this winning streak. How good is he when he is healthy like he is now?
I mean, he's a great player. He's one of the best. I tell anybody he's one of the best players I've ever had in 30 years of coaching, and he makes plays everywhere. He makes it happen. Of course, he's been our punter for 3 years, and, he just runs all over the place and hits people, and he can be pretty intimidating.
All right, let's talk about this weekend. You've got, obviously, it doesn't get any more difficult than having to travel up to Rock Hill. You're playing a South Point team that's the defending state champion. They're 10-1. Their only loss is in overtime to 4A Northwestern, who's ranked in the top 1 or 2 or 3. What do you know about them, and what does this team have to do to keep it up on your end, to keep winning?
All you got to do is say South Point. I was looking at something today, and somebody sent me something. I think they've lost 1 game to a 3A team in the last 4 or 5 years. I think they lost in 2010 to somebody in the state championship. Since then, I don't think they've lost to a 3A team. So, you got your hands full, but I feel like our guys are prepared. We've gotten better each week, and, we can't turn the ball over. We can't make mistakes because they're not going to turn it over. I think their quarterback and their team hadn't turned it over but maybe 4 or 5 times all year. So they're a remarkable football team. But, like I said, we'll be prepared, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, obviously we both know from playing, from coaching, everything, that if you don't believe you can win, you can't. These kids, they believe they can win this game.
Yeah, they should be confident right now. We had a big game last week, and we played pretty well down the stretch. We've still made our share of mistakes, but, we shouldn't lack in confidence.
This has been great, a great ride so far. Good luck on Friday. Let's try to keep this thing going, man.
Hey, I really appreciate it. We'll see what happens.
All right, man. Thanks,
Rich.